Alright my friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Brian, and in today's video I'm going to be kicking off a new series of reaction videos where I'm going to be answering your questions you all have been asking in the comments section of my videos. Yes, sometimes some of these questions, they can get buried deep down in the comment section, and oftentimes some of us can miss them, okay? And other times, many of you have the same question. So this little reactionary series, I'm going to go ahead and focus on just a few related comments that are common across several videos on a specific topic. This way we can dig into the details so we're all on the same page, and I can respond back to all your comments. Alright, on several of my recent videos relating to condo rentals here in the Philippines, specifically here in the Metro Manila area, which I'm familiar with, you all have been asking some absolutely wonderful questions. Okay, Marco Donozo 7013 a few days ago had asked me, is there a condo building maintenance fee specifically relating to rental condos here in the Metro Manila area? And Arlita's World, about a few weeks ago as well, also asked me, hey, or made a comment, you forgot condo association fees. So I'll come back to that in a moment. Okay, and Nelly K-Y40, again, had asked me about HOA fees and homeowner association fees that are included or not included. All right, these are some wonderful, great questions, and let's go ahead and get into it because I'm seeing a lot of the same questions come up, and I love the engagement with you guys, so thank you so much for this. All right, so my experience here in the Metro Manila area is this is common for the owners here to pay for HOAs or homeowner association fees, the association dues. The owner is pretty much going to pay for that as part of the rent, okay? But you're going to want to have this spelled out in your lease agreement so there's no misunderstanding of specifically who is responsible to pay for what, okay? This also extends to anything like a parking space. If your rental unit comes with parking as part of the rent, you also want to be very clear about this in your lease to have that spelled out, right? Or if you're going to be paying for that above and beyond, you want that spelled out as well, okay? And yes, I will be doing a deep dive, a very detailed lease video coming up here in a few weeks, so go ahead and stay tuned for that. But for right now, as it comes to association dues and homeowner association dues, those are generally covered by the owner as part of your rent. Now, general consumables, these are things like your utilities, your water and your electric. These will be for you on the renter because it's something that you are consuming. Yet, access fees to something like the pool or the building amenities, those are generally going to be covered again in that monthly fee as part of the arrangement with the owner there. Okay, now this is something I want to kind of piggyback on here is another comment came in from Bill Lloyd 9755 who asked, hey, Brian, isn't everything in the Philippines negotiable? And yes, Bill, yes, it is. So if you're looking at properties and the owner does not include association dues in the rental fee, that is definitely something you can negotiate with here. I have actually seen that where leases, they leave it out, and when you put it in, it's him and Han, and you're like, nope, you know, I just looked at two more leases and they include it. So you want to make sure that stuff's included. But yes, everything here is negotiable, like it is in a lot of places. All right, and Jerry D. Gunsman JN5TT asked, my question is, what about documents do you need to show as proof that you're interested in renting a particular condo? Okay, and said, I'm thinking about renting a place in BGC. And that's another great question. Okay, so this is going to be very similar to anywhere else you've rented, either in the US or around the world. What they're going to need from you is a picture ID, a government issued picture ID, and typically because you're a foreigner, they are going to want a photocopy of your passport. It's just very common. But the owner also is going to be providing their picture documentation as well. They're going to provide either their local driver's license, their own passport, so that's very common, especially if they're a foreign-owned investor and they have an investment property here. Let's just hypothetically say that the owner lives in Australia, but they purchased the property in the Philippines. You will also have to, you'll get them to give you a photocopy of their passport as well. Okay, so you both basically have each other's information. And if you're working with a lease agent, this will be handled through the lease agent. The lease agent will get copies of all those documents, and as well as the lease and everything. Now, another thing that'll come up is if you have a furnished unit, which I have here, you're going to have an addendum to the rental lease, which is going to be a furniture addendum that's going to list out all the furniture that is included with the property. And my tip to you is make sure that you spend time inspecting everything before you sign any documents, right? Don't rush into this. Go look at, basically, especially the big ticket items, look at them. If you see like a refrigerator, it's all scratched up or something like that, take pictures of it, note it. And something I tend to do is when you're doing that and you're signing the lease, you want to sign the lease, in my recommendation, in the property itself. So you're going to be physically inside the property, you're going to sign the lease and everything in there, taking pictures. And what I tend to do too is I step back and take a few wide pictures, and I make sure that I get the players in the room. So if I have a lease agent there, if the owner is there, I want to make sure that I'm getting kind of that, action picture of them, signing something, whatever. So I can show that, hey, all of us were here together. We were all doing this. So if any question comes up like, oh, I never talked to you about that, I have physical photo proof that we were all in the unit together if anything happens. Okay, keeping with this topic of rental properties, Mike Harrison 3144 sent a question in, which was great, and said, hey, maybe I missed something, but how does the agent get paid for their time? Do they only get paid if they rent the condo? And who pays and how much? That was an absolutely fantastic question. So Mike, thank you so much for that. And yes, this works very much like you have real estate agents back in North America. I'm not sure how Canada specifically works, but I know in the US and North America, they're going to work on a commission base. So that is going to be arranged through the real estate agent or the rental agent and the owner. I don't know what those fees are. It's probably going to be something like half a month or a month's rent or something. They're going to wind up negotiating there. And this is also why many agents don't want to actually share a listing, especially on the rental side, because they're not going to really make a lot there. But yes, typically you as the individual looking to rent a property, you're out of that loop. Now, unless you're hiring a service specifically that's going to, cater to showing you properties and stuff like that. I have not come across anything like that here. I just reach out to the agents and stuff. But unless it's something that maybe is a higher end or something where you're hiring a specific service, that may come up. But from the general terms I have run into, and this is pretty much true wherever I have gone and rented properties, this including North America, Alaska, and all those places, it's going to come down to the agents are going to be paid when they rent the units, and that's going to be their compensation given to them by the owner. So I hope that answers your question there. But that's what I've seen. All right, so there we go. All right, my friends, again, thank you so much for watching. I hope this little Q&A session you found really useful. And again, if you like things like this, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Go ahead and mention any additional comments in the comment section. And I'm going to try to do these every couple weeks to kind of catch up on some comments and just kind of bring everything full circle. So again, thank you so much. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.